Hi guys, good evening. Uh, good evening. Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Let me say hi to a couple of people. Dave Keys, how you doing, sir? Abraham Noah, how you doing? Ina Basi Alfred, Abayomi David, Bolarin Wagulen, how you guys doing? Isaac Gal, Chooks, Jeremiah Mano, how you guys doing? Good to have you guys here. I just have some few minutes on my hands, so um Um, gonna gonna just do work. Paul, my man, how do you do, sir? By the way, let me tell you guys about something. Let me show you guys what I just copped. Truth is, I'll tell you guys this one for you. um, I was one of the first people that got this. This is just bragging rights. One of the first people that got this. So, see what I just got. This guy, Manify. Um, I already used this one in my project, so this was something I'd already done before. So the client said I should rework it and it needs to be fuller. And I said, "Oh, fool, fool." I know where to get full. So this is the um this is intense. This particular patch I used, big fat comp. That's the sound I used. So I already used it. So guys, if you're not following money and you follow him and you follow me, I don't know what you're doing. But please guys, go and check it out. It's really, 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 really great stuff. I promise you. And um I think you guys should check it out. But talk to me guys, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Let me put a Q&A box. So feel free. So guys, honestly, for a mentorship program, I'm working on something on YouTube. I'm gonna do it soon. It's just the time to have, I mean, the time to pay attention to it. But I'm working on something. Um, Paul is here. So I hope Paul is here. So I think he knows about it, but it's still in the works. We're working on something. I was supposed to get it done by April, but um, just time. So I believe that it will be done. It will be done this year, so we can start something mentorship program on YouTube. Yeah, so we can start something like that, but it won't be free. Oh. I'm just telling you. I don't know if you guys can see the question and answer box here on the screen. I put it. Can you guys see it? Please let me know if you can see it. My favorite VSC. I do have a favorite. It depends on what, on for what purpose. So I have favorites for different things. Yeah, I have favorites for different things. How do you do away with stage fright and anxiety? Practice. Simple. Practice. I heard a quote from my mentor. He says that fear is a symptom of lack of experience. Lack of experience. Lack of experience. And so, how do you deal with stage fright and anxiety? Prepare for the big stage. For example, let me give you a simple example. If I call you up to if I call you up on stage now to sing ABCD, or to sing or to count 1 to 10 or 1 to 50 in French, you might be scared. You might not be able to do that as confidently as you would do when I call you up to read to read out 1 to 50 in English language. Why? Because you have learned how to read from 1 to 50. You have mastered it since when you're a kid. And so what you have mastered, you will confidently do on stage or off stage. So it's simple. Practice. Practice in private, and you'll be able to you'd I'm not saying that anxiety would, I mean, the stage fright and all would go entirely, but you'll build experience, and so you'll be more confident to do what you've mastered, right? For example, you might be scared to play keys on stage, but if I call you to do something else that you love in front of a lot of people, like something that maybe ride drive, or something, you do that confidently. So you just have to keep practicing and build experience in private, and stage fright you deal with that. Do I have a WhatsApp or Telegram group? No, I don't. But I'm like, what song am I working on? It's an arrangement for a client. Uh, Thank you, sweet movies. Where and how do you go about getting inspiration for selecting sounds? Well, number one, from other songs. I listen to different songs, different genres. So when I listen to songs a lot, it opens up my mind to new sounds, different possibilities in music, and so I just go searching. And second thing is that I do sound searching a lot. Just search for sounds. Go through Logic, go through my VSTs, and sometimes just check for sounds. And sometimes when I find those sounds, they end up inspiring like a full beat or a full song. Yeah, those two. If you just got Logic, what would be your first VST to buy? Keyscape, because I love piano. Keyscape. How can I perform key change? How can I perform key changes and make them sound so smooth? I don't understand that question. If you can make it clear, what would you recommend for materials to learn the basics of music production and the tool required? I call it the University of YouTube. Go to YouTube. There are videos. There are beginners walkthrough videos on on different DAWs that you can use. So music production is mostly about the tools that you use. So if you can learn how to use a DAW, you are on your way. You are on your way to greatness. A DAW, how to use VSTs. Um, yeah, that's a good way to start. So learn the tool. Learn the tool. If you're already a musical mind, just go ahead and learn how to use a DAW. Learn to use the tool, and you'll be better for it. You'll get better. What's your practice regimen? What does your practice regimen look like? Well, honestly, it's not as consistent now as it used to be before. But at different times, I'm practicing different things. So um, I can't exactly say, but I'll tell you how I used to do before. At least when it was more consistent and structured, because now I really I'm busy at these days, so I don't really have as much time. So that, but then at least every day 6 hours on piano practicing. There was a time I did the major scale for 2 months straight. Major scale every day. Come sit down and rehearse major scale for 2 months. And I was not trying to learn the major scale. I was just trying to build dexterity, speed, finger independence. So practicing major scales on all keys for 2 months straight every day. And so um, when I pick something I want to learn, there was another time I was just learning improv. So I'll pick any pattern, any beat pattern. Then I used to listen to Dobby Powell a lot. So I'll just pick his music, loop one part, and just keep improvising on it. I had someone that was guiding me through that, so I'll just send him videos, and then he gives me tips and all. But I just pick somewhere I want to specialize in, somewhere like a particular thing I want to be better at, and then I just stay. Sometimes it's studying, listening, rather than playing. Then when I'm playing, I'm doing the same thing for a long period of time. Yeah. How would you handle MD duties when volunteers are not so good musically? I think everybody struggles with this, but it's simple. Train the volunteers, train them, train them. Let them feel. Don't treat volunteers like volunteers. All right. Let them also feel like they are partners in what they're doing. Let them feel a sense of purpose, a sense of assignment in what they're doing. Then they will take it seriously. Because I mean, what reason do they have to take it seriously if they are just volunteers? And so when you give them a sense of purpose and fulfillment in music, as a music director, it's a responsibility you have to make them see that they are not just volunteers, but they are partners, they are co-laborers. And so if they're gonna do it, they have to do it well. There's no other way to do it but to do it well. And so engage them. Don't just show them great stuff. Walk them through it. Let them know why you're doing things you're doing. Let them know why you're for musicians. Take them through long hours of rehearsals. You know, sometimes have them around when you're creating the stems, when you're creating arrangements. Let them contribute. Let them be a part of it. Sometimes send them songs to score, and just say, okay, if you can score this, I'll give you this amount of money. Things like that. Just walk them through their process. It honestly, it's easier said than done. So it's not really a straightforward process. You might struggle to see results, but over time, they'll be better for it. They will grow, and it takes time. All right. Someone said, what of Syntage? Yes, I use Syntage. Um, your combo, grand piano and flute. Oh, thank you. Oh, please, please, what's this man of God doing here? Please, Toby, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I love the flutes with Eswa's Burn. Did you produce? Oh, yes, I produced that song and I sang on it. So, yep. Yeah. Do you have a different mindset when playing aux versus main keys live? This is a very long conversation. Long conversation. Okay, you know what? This is what I'll do. There's some questions I can't answer here, so I'll take them. And there's something I said I wanted to do videos answering some questions. So this one is a question that needs a video to answer. So I'll do a video. And Paul, if you're here, please help me note that question. Do you have a different mindset when playing aux versus main keys? Based on the key changes, what's this green screen doing here? Based on the key changes, for instance, moving up from B flat to G, you'd hear people come up with crazy syncopations to cue the key change. My question is, there theory behind it? Well, yes. Honestly, the simple theory behind key changes is what in music is referred to as modes, right? As modes. And so, let me put up my piano here to give you an example. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Whoa, Example modes. So, let me break down the idea of modes in a very, very, very simple way. So this is it. You start to experience freedom, creative freedom as a musician, as a pianist, when you see when you don't see the piano, when you don't see your playing in just the context of one key. For example, sorry, waiting for my piano to open up. I hope you can hear my piano. I hope you can hear. So, for example, I mean, you're doing a song. So, for example, I was doing "Open Up" right in that video. Channels of my spirit, open up. Sorry, let me use this piano. So I was doing Channels. E Daniels. E Daniels, we have talk. Oh. I'll be your DM person. So I'm playing channels of my spirit, open up. I am with the Father. Open up. Ooh, no boundaries, no limits. Open up. Let deep call onto deep. Open up. And so now that F sharp, I want to go to from there. I want to go to this song. Minister to me as I minister to you, Holy Ghost. So the difference in those two songs is that one song is on a minor, is on major, the other song is on a minor. So how can I then switch from, of course you can't, for example, you are doing a song like open up, let it call onto deep, open up, and it goes to minister to me as I minister. So how can I easily transform from a bright sounding happy song to the dark minister to me as I minister to you, Holy Ghost, just so how can I do that and yet still keep the moment authentic, real, charged up, and all? So it's simple. So like I said, I'm not thinking that I'm just playing in F sharp. Of course I'm playing in F sharp. Everything we're doing, what the singers are singing, finds its context in F sharp. All right. But as a musician, especially as a music director, you can't always think in keys. You have to see that every key is related to one another. For example, your do on F sharp is actually your fa on C sharp. So if I'm playing this F sharp on C sharp, that's my 4. Right? So I'm giving it context by going to C sharp. Then I can change the context again. So C sharp becomes a 4 on what? A flat. And that A flat is actually saw on C sharp. So I'm going back to F sharp, which is fa on C sharp. So my point is, every key is actually interrelated. They don't exist on their own. F sharp is not just F sharp. F sharp is fa on C sharp. F sharp is re on E. And so when you start seeing how each key changes in different contexts, you start to understand what the idea of modes. So for example, you have the Dorian mode, you have the Phrygian, the Lydian, the Mixolydian, the Aeolian, and the Locrian. So your F sharp, for example, is do in F sharp, it's re, that's Dorian, it's mi also in it's mi in D, that's the Phrygian, it's fa in C sharp, that's your Lydian, it's saw in B, that's your Mixolydian, is la on what key? On A, which is your Aeolian, and it's what? C on G, which is your Locrian. So when you understand this, it's easier for you to create key changes that are seamless. So for example, like I did in that video, we're on what? Let the river flow, 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 let the river flow. Now, this do is la on A, and so instead of me to do minister to you on F sharp, my do becomes la. So I'm going to what? A immediately, right? And so when the let the river flow, let the river flow. So I just said 1 becomes 6. So immediately I just go ba, ba, da, 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 So instead of me doing minister to me, I just stay there and my one becomes my la. So let the river flow, let the river flow. Then I go minister to me as I minister to you, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. So I'm just literally changing context, right? And so you can do that. You can even form transitions from that. So if I'm going to A and my one is my six,